Oh, Vlada again, you're going to be recorded. Hello again, Vlada. So just want to introduce you, Vlada, to somebody who doesn't know who she is. It's a student of mine. She comes from Moscow, but currently she's having a role um, in a foreign country. To be more specific, if I remember rightly, now she's in Egypt. Are you in Egypt now, right now, Vlada?
I know I'm in Turkey now.
Okay. You're a great traveler. I know that you are crazy about traveling because uh, you like visiting other countries and you like learning other cultures and languages. And a little bit told me that you like learning foreign languages too. And another foreign language which you would like to pick up is Arabic. Is it true? Arabic or Turkish
Uh,
or whatever it is. So what's the new language you would like to pick up?
um, I learn English, and I believe that it's very difficult to learn a few languages in the same time. But of course, it's possible. Um, I'm pretty sure that if I stay in Turkey, for example, more, I will learn Turkish.
Mhm. Can you tell me, please, why so many people living in Russia want to study foreign languages?
Learning foreign languages is um, uh, a very good opportunity to travel around the world and meet a lot of interesting people from other countries. Um, mm, to watch foreign movies in original, to read foreign books. It opened a lot of opportunities for you.
Mhm. Okay.
It
And
opens.
yeah, okay, I've got it. I've got a picture. And tell me, please, specifically, in particular about you. If we talk about what stays behind your desire to pick up foreign languages, what is it? Is it your desire to know something new, or a desire to make more money, or what is it? Could you specify what exactly is behind your desire to learn foreign languages?
Um, I have known all my life that knowing English is very important. That's why I tried to learn it all my life, but I started doing it seriously 1 year ago, and I'm so uh, proud of myself that I that I'm doing it every day to pick up my to pick up English. So, but the most important reason to learn it was mm, my travelings, I think, because as you um said above, I'm crazy about traveling, and it's very convenient to speak English in foreign countries. If you don't know if you can't speak English, it's very difficult to find um, accommodation, to find to use transport, to go shopping, and something like this.
Okay, I've got it. But well, you aren't the only person who's into traveling. I'm of that type of people too. I know I have been to Turkey several times, and whenever I found myself in that country, I came up against great problems with communicating people living around. The locals can't speak English well, uh, and my English wouldn't help me out then. So how do you communicate? How are you communicating with the people living in Turkey? I know that you don't speak Turkish, and they don't speak English pretty well. How do you communicate with each other? How do you find a
Uh,
way out?
but now situation became but now situation has changed, and there are a lot of people speaking English.
Mhm.
Also because there are a lot of Russian tourists. That's why mm,
That's
most
why
of
they have started to speak Russian, not English. Vlada.
Russian too, yes.
Okay.
Russian too. Yes, I think that it's easier for them start speaking Russia than for Russians start speaking English. I don't know why.
Uh, because I guess I know the reason. Because uh, in historical terms, the two countries, I mean Russia and Turkey, have had much in common. They have gone through a lot of different things together. They
Mhm,
fought each other. Uh, they fought against other nations together as well. For that reason,
mhm,
maybe genetically, uh, people residing in Turkey experience fewer difficulties in communication with Russian people than
mhm.
with those who have arrived in Turkey from the West. Okay, thank you. Lada, and do you find anything specific and unusual which makes Turkey a very special country for you? Is there anything
Mm,
which makes Turkey a very special country for you?
First of all, I would like to say that I am staying in such an unusual city in Turkey. It's Bodrum, and it looks like Greece, and there are a lot of old and white buildings and pink flowers, and it looks amazing. Not like typical Turkey, but it doesn't mean that I believe that Turkey is not beautiful. I just want to say that it's very unusual a town, and that's why I love being here. And it's very special for me, these buildings and views.
Mhm.
Also, I uh, fond of eating uh, baklava with dondurma. It's a Turkish dessert. I'm ready to eat them every day, and it's also something special for me.
You aren't afraid of putting on extra weight, consuming so much delicious Turkish food?
Every time when I'm um, come back from Turkey, I have an extra weight
Okay.
because it's impossible to be fit there because um, the local food is amazing. It's very tasty.
Okay.
Meat, yogurt, kaymak, and
You know the word
something like
kaymak?
this. Oh, I'm crazy about it. I'm here only because kaymak is here.
I just want to say that kaymak is available not only in Turkey, it's available in Tajikistan and Uzbekistan. And
Yeah, I
saying
know.
smetana, we say kaymak, kaymak.
No, 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 no. Kaymak, it's like butter in Russia. Yogurt, it's like smetana in Russia.
But in Uzbekistan, for example, and in Tajikistan, kaymak is like smetana, but a bit uh, the consistency is a bit different. Okay, thank you very much. You have told me a lot of interesting things about yourself and about your travel experience. Thank you. Now let's proceed to some other questions which I have prepared for you. Okay.
Yes.
So Lada, uh, do you think that it is important to follow the news? Why? Why not?
I believe that I'm like um, a journalist, if I can say so. I don't work like a journalist, but I learned it at my university. I believe that it's very important to know what happens in the world every day. Um, um, so because it can help you to um make some decision. For example, if you didn't write news, you no, if you don't read news, you don't know what's happened in your country. Maybe there are some troubles, or it's some dangerous, and you need to know it to make some decision.
Mm-hmm. Okay. In this case, how often how often do you read the news? Daily
I read
or sporadically?
daily.
Daily, not sporadically. Okay.
I
And
know, daily.
what's the source of information? What's the source of news for you? The main source of the news for you, what is it? For example, the
Do you
British,
mean
the Englishmen prefer to do their reading, newspaper reading, when they have breakfast. How about you? So, what is your source of news?
when I have a free minute, I read the news from Telegram channels. I believe that it's the best way to know something new because um, Telegram is a very fast messenger, and if something happens, they can public it first,
Hmm. And
and they can um, mm, they can public news every minute.
and how?
Change some details,
Okay, okay.
add some details.
You mean they can edit the news?
Yes.
Hmm. And to what extent do you trust that source of information as the news source? So, to what extent do you trust it?
Um, I read only official um, channels, and I believe this information because they have a good reputation.
Hmm. Okay. And you have mentioned that you can work as a journalist because you are a journalist diploma holder. as I understand it right, if I understand it right, you are a journalist diploma holder. So would you like to work in, for example, in, in a newspaper, to write some news, or maybe to uh, what? To interview some people?
I would like to say that journalism is a very interesting profession. You can meet a lot of interesting people to talk with them and to know something new every day. And also, your colleagues uh, will be very intelligent and interesting people to communicate because journalists must know a lot of things to be a professional
Okay.
worker. Yeah, and I believe that it's one of the interesting profession, but unfortunately, the salary is not as good as I want.
As you want it to be.
Yes, as I want it to be.
Okay, I've got it. Thank you. Have you ever thought about the opportunity to work as a journalist for a foreign newspaper, to write articles in English or in any other foreign language, for example? These days, a
I
lot of
believe,
people do this actually.
Mhm. I believe that the writing is a very difficult dealing and in your nature language. And I can't imagine how difficult it's uh, writing in foreign languages. You must feel this language so good to know other people's traditions and habits and mm, to be useful and understanding for them. Um,
Comprehensible, you meant to say.
Comprehensible, yes.
Mm-hmm. Understandable or comprehensible. Okay, I've got it. Vlad, I would like to offer you one suggestion for consideration, okay? The thing is
Mm-hmm.
that a few days ago, personally, I witnessed the situation. So I happened to be participating in the court session, and the judge and the panel were discussing and determining the future of a well-known volleyball player. Actually, he isn't was a well-known volleyball player, but he is well-known as a good volleyball player in one Asian country. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and before the court, so he had taken a test, so a urine test, and some prohibited substances had been found in the sample, and his career was being uh, determined at the court session. Are you following me?
Mm, yes.
Okay, I'll try to paraphrase. So, a young volleyball player is pretty good at playing volleyball, but
Mm-hmm.
recently before another match, he had been asked to give some urine to check that he is free, that his blood and his organism, his body
Mm-hmm.
is free of any prohibited substances.
Mm-hmm.
And the analytical the analytical center conducted the analysis, and they found some prohibited substances in the blood and in the urine. Well, and during the session, the guy was crying because the prosecutor asked the judge to put him into 5 year suspension. Suspension means when the person doesn't move anywhere. In other words, that he wouldn't be allowed to play any longer within the following 4 years, etc. Do you think that this person should be allowed to continue playing volleyball or not? Because it is his first, let's say, his first mistake of that type. What do you think about it?
On the one hand, it's a very long time, 5 years, and I think that 1 year will be enough. But on the other hand, it's a very good lesson for other players to be honest and don't do
Not to do.
not to do such things.
But you know, the situation is worsened by the fact that the concentration of the contamination means заражение in Russian. The concentration of the contamination in the tablets which he had taken turned out to be quite high, and the experts who were participating in this discussion, in the discussion, weren't sure that he could have done it himself. That's the question. Anyway, thank you very much. It's been really interesting to know what you think of the situation. Okay, you seem to have a good thinking. Okay, so my next question is the following. Vlada, what is the most popular dish in your country? So you come from Russia, the Russian Federation. So what is, or maybe what are the most famous and widespread dishes in Russia? And why are they so popular?
Firstly, I would like to mention that Russia is a very big country and there are a lot of different towns with their own culture. But I think that the most popular product is potato because there are a lot of dishes cooked from potato. But if the most popular what can associate with Russia is
which can be associated with Russia.
What can be associated with Russia is blini. It's like pancakes, and borscht.
Oh my God. Don't say that it's borscht, because now if somebody living in Ukraine happens to hear you saying these words, he will die because they believe that it's exclusively Ukrainian dish. Of course, it's not true. Yeah, so borscht and pancakes. Okay, tell me please, why have you mentioned these two particular dishes, not, for example, pelmens or mantis or anything like this? Why
I don't
exactly
know.
these two?
I don't know because when I talk to foreign people, they always ask me about borscht one guy asked asked me, is it true that borscht is red because you put blood on it?
Oh my God. Are you not joking?
I know it's true.
You're not kidding. Oh my God. Okay, okay. And by the way, I'm not sure that I have ever asked you this question, but even if I have, I don't remember your answer. What was the answer was? So are you good at cooking these two dishes you have just mentioned?
Yes, I'm good at cooking blini and borscht because it's a bit of
So, but I'm sorry. So again, I've got to repeat the question. So are you good at cooking the dishes you just mentioned?
uh, uh, for me, as for Russian girl, it's a piece of cake to cook them.
You want to say it's a piece of cake for you to make pancakes.
Pancakes and borscht, yes.
Gosh, okay. And does it take a long time to make, for example, borscht? And how often do you make it?
It's longer than to cook pancakes, of course. I don't do. I not. Um, so I cook borscht maybe once a month or rarely. Um, because I don't like it so much. I cook. I guess that I cook pancakes more often.
Hmm. Okay, I've got it. Uh, do you think that you psychologically and in terms of making dishes, you are ready to um, start a marriage life? Because it's a part of any woman to be able to make good food. So do you think that you're ready to do that? To start living as a wife who is ready to make borscht and pancakes when the husband asks them for them.
Yes, I believe that I'm ready for this. Uh, uh, I have an online job. That's why I spend most of time at home. That's why I don't think that it's a big problem to cook something
Mm-hmm.
daily.
Okay, I've got it. Thank you. Thank you very much, Vlada. This is the end of this speaking session. Thank you. And now let's get started with analyzing the mistakes you have made. Okay, ready?
Okay.
You,
Yes.
in the very beginning, you said, I learn English. Whenever you want to say that you изучаете a language, in this case, you should use the present continuous tense. I'm studying
I
English.
have.
I'm
I'm
studying
studying it.
English. Yes. Then you said in the same time. Never. We say at the same time.
Mhm.
1 second, please. Also, also, you said more and asked you about the duration within which you want to pick up a foreign language. You said more. Longer is better.
Longer.
Then
Mhm.
you also said that English is a good opportunity. Actually, it's better to substitute the verb is with the verb gives. English or the knowledge of English gives a good
Yes.
opportunity.
Mhm.
And instead of the word good, you could have used the word brilliant.
Mhm.
Then you mispronounced the word иностранный. Can you repeat it, please? In,
Rain.
It's wrong. Not foreign. Foreign.
Foreign.
Not foreign, but foreign. Then you said to read English books. Of course, not to read, but to read.
To
You
read.
say to read. Then you said travelings. Well, trips is better. Trips.
Yeah.
Then you said you didn't use the article there before the word situation. So you said it's a very unusual town. When you started talking about Bodrum, I come read this Bodrum, and you said it's a very unusual town. It's ever
It's
unusual.
very.
Yes. Then when you want to say when you describe something, and if you want to say that this is a very unusual in positive terms, unusual thing, quite positive, quite great, blah 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 blah, you can use the idiom "it's out of this world," for example. Especially when you talk about, for example, about a dish, you can say, "Oh, that baklava which I had yesterday is out of this world, or was out of this world." Okay. Then you said it's some dangerous. You could have said there
difficult.
are some dangers maybe. And again, you said when blah 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 blah. Why not to say whenever? Whenever I have a free minute, you said when I have a free minute. In this case, whenever is much better. When I asked you whether or not you trust the information which you get when reading news from the Telegram, for example, you could have said, I trust this information because it is officially confirmed. Officially confirmed. Do you know the word confirm? Подтверждать. Officially confirmed. Конфирмация, это пошло слово русское, конфирмация. Okay. Then you said that the average salary of a journalist working in Russia isn't very good, isn't very high. Yes, that was your message. And you could have said, using an idiom like this, for example, the salary of a journalist leaves much to be desired. Remember that? I know that you know this idiom, but for some reason you didn't use it. Then you said the writing is a very difficult in a foreign language. Why the writing?
Right.
Just writing. And you could have said writing articles in a foreign language is quite challenging. When we started talking about dishes, for some reason you didn't use the word cuisine.
Cuisine, yeah.
And how do you pronounce the English word редко? Что, думала, что я не замечу, что ли? It sounds rarely. Yeah, rarely.
Rarely.
Yeah.
Rarely.
And not most of time, most of the time. Thank you very much, Vlada. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you too.
Hold on a second, please.